So let's get into this. What's your happily ever after, Taurus? What does it look like? What does it look like? What does it feel like? Forget what it looks like. And maybe that's the issue here with the Ace of Swords. I don't see that as, it's the head. The head decides it must look like this. Woman in love life. Okay, so the person, it must be that person. That so-and-so from down the street, or that person that I work with. That's the head deciding it. But the heart just wants to feel something. That's the language of the heart. It speaks in feelings and emotions. So whatever your happily ever after is, maybe your head has envisioned something. How does it feel? How does it feel? And you can go check out you don't have to watch the video. I'm not telling you to watch all the 12 videos thinking, Jay, stop plugging the other videos. I'm not. It is part of your message. Someone left a comment on I think it was Libra video. And what they were trying to do was leave their partner and go and be with someone else, and they planned this and they manifested it, intention was put into it. 10 of Cups. They'd done this. And in their own words, they've written it there, and they said it turned out that the person they were going to leave their partner for, turned out that now nothing's going on between them, and their partner has stepped up and become the perfect partner, exactly what they wanted. And that's what I mean. That's what manifestation is. It's being open to however it comes in. But when you rise up to that vibration, when you get to that level of this is how it feels, this is how it's going to, this is why I want that thing because it feels like this, and you embody that right now, you will attract it in whatever form it comes in. So it's not about your intuition being off or any of that. You go for what you want and you will always get what you need out of that. You will always get what you need out of that. And there's a lot of this kind of dreaming, end game, happily ever after, the wish, the dream, where am I going, that kind of stuff coming up here. You have the Queen of Wands. This is about going for it. I know. It's kind of hard. And maybe you have been. It's underlying, so it's coming in. Maybe you've been putting in a lot of action into something, a lot of energy into something, or doing it. That's for some of you. I think some of you haven't. The Page of Wands would not be coming up there. Page of Wands would not be coming up if you had already done this. What some of you might have, in which case then that's changing tact and trying it from a different way. But she's confident. She knows. I mean, look at her. Look at her. She knows who she is. And I know she often, I've had a few people criticize her in this deck that they don't like the way she looks. So they say she's got like an evil look on her face or something. I think she's amazing. She looks more mischievous than anything else. It's like a Rorschach test, I guess, what you see in it. But I see her as looking amazingly. She's like, yeah, and she kind of knows who she is. She's spectacular. But this is about stepping up and being seen now. She's confident and she will go for what she wants. She is very motivated by her passions, her inspirations, her creative energy. She's not worried about long term. She's not worried about that. And that might be the case right now. I know that sounds like a bit of a contradiction, right? Because you're thinking, well, how can I look at my happily ever after, but I'm not thinking long term? Well, if you think of that as the mountain, the top of the mountain that you want to climb, she's going to represent the next step. To climb up that mountain, you need to go one step at a time. You need to look down at where your feet are right now. And that's how, what action can I take right now? What do I do right now? And does it honor me in this moment? Is it part of my, am I passionate about what I'm doing right now? That love what you do, do what you love kind of message coming through. That is amplified by the Queen of Cups coming up here. The Queen of Cups coming up here. This kind of feels like going for it or offering it or asking for it or that. That kind of, I feel that here. Very much feel that. But it's around a long-term goal or wish. Around a long-term goal or wish. And I say that, I'm going to talk about her in a moment, but because we have the star coming up in the past. And the star is the hope that comes from a new beginning. And this is where we go on faith, where we may have had a tower moment. I talk about tower moments in the outro. With the star, it's number 17. Number 16 is the tower. So that's when shit's fallen. And we got that kind of message with the Ace of Swords at the beginning, right? That, there's some crap went down. 10 of Swords happened. The tower happened. But you're actually in a good place now to start looking forward. Start setting intentions. Start picking out goals. Start picking out dreams. Now, what happens when we pick out a dream or a goal or a wish is then we follow it, because that's what the star shows us. And if you watched today's the 5th, I think you guys are going to be the last one that I do today. But the 5th of October, if you look at today's Libra season challenge, which is about consequences, risks, and choices, that kind of thing, there's a card that came out in that called Leadership, and it talks about the North Star. And that's what the star is, the star. And the North Star guides us, but you must pick it out and say, well, that's my star, I'm going to follow it. It orients you, then you have a direction in which to go in. That is the point of the star. It's not that we stand there in the rubble of the tower and whatever we want comes to us. It's we're leaving all that shit behind and we pick out the new path, the new dream, the new wish, and that becomes our guide. And, you know, help is available when the star comes up. In following that star, we begin to heal, because as we get further away from that disaster that happened with the Tower, or the Ten of Swords in that at the beginning. So it's about moving forward. And you've picked out your star, which is amazing. It's beautiful. Are you questioning what it's going to take for you to do this, though? Because I'm wondering, how do we go from that to the Hermit? Who the Hermit's not doing anything. He's retreated. He's trying to look for something, an answer within him. And as the Queen of Wands sits above him, it's kind of more about what you have to do. Because your focus, the heart of the reading, you just want to be happy. You just want to be happy. You just want to feel good, peaceful, nurtured, caring, loving energy. All of that beautiful, lovely energy, that comes up with the Queen of Cups. She's the healer. She is the intuitive. She could be a tarot card reader, right? She's very spiritual. But what she understands and what she's known for is unconditional love. She knows the value of her love. You know the value of your love. You know what gets you passionate and excited and all of that kind of stuff. You know it. And so with her coming up here at the heart of your reading, it's very much about following your heart right now. That's the whole point of this. That I feel like your heart really desires something or someone. And for some of you, it's kind of like a more kind of abstract, more kind of bigger concept like happiness or peace, or I just want this, or I just, that kind of energy. In which case, that could be meditation with the Hermit coming up there. But it's not about kind of contemplating on navels, that kind of energy at this point. It's Queen of Wands coming in. When you got two wands, fire energy coming up, bookending the reading, that's action. We have to do something. But I think you're trying to figure out what is the plan of action. And you don't know. I get it. It's kind of like, I always talk about Google Maps and how a reading is like Google Maps. It's almost like you know where A is because you know where you are. You know how you got here, that's for sure, with the star coming up there. You know where B is. But there's absolutely nothing in the middle, like, map cannot load or whatever. You don't know how to get from A to B. That's what it feels like. Or you've got a route and it's going through I don't know where, like going through areas that you don't want to go through, or it's too long, or how am I going to get there? Any of that. That's what this feels like energetically. That's what this reading feels like. How do I get from A to B? B has been decided with that Ten of Cups and that star. And your heart wants it so bad. But, the other thing is with the Queen of Cups, that it could be saying that that's how you get to it. Expression of love. Unconditional love, that she doesn't have expectations for love. The gift of love to her is that she feels it. That's her gift to her. So we got, it's almost like a reading of two halves. Like if we ignore the bottom row for a moment, if we just focus on the top, know what the happily ever after is. Going to take action. Got my heart out. Know what my heart wants. Gonna go for it. I've picked my star. Headed towards it. Great. Comes to a screeching halt. What the hell is the Hermit doing here? And that's the thing with the Hermit. It's, for some of you, I want to say this, and it's strange. I don't usually get tarot time. I don't get timings from the cards. I think it's almost impossible. You can give an idea, and for some people it might stick, but we all go at different paces. I mean, think about it. All of us were going from A to B, some of us might walk there. Some of us might run there but fall over and break our legs or something, or get stuck in traffic or catch the bus, or, anything that we're all going to get there at different times. That's why I always say the timings are strange in how they work out. Some of you have gone through this, but the reason that came up is this might have been something that came up in Virgo season for you. That is the card for Virgo. What happened in Virgo season? We've got double Virgo energy coming in here. Either something was made apparent to you, or you figured something out, or there was a missing piece that became apparent, and now everything's stopped. Everything has stopped. That's what it kind of feels like. Now, it's okay, because it's what the Hermit says is the answer lies within you. The answer lies within you. It's about not being swayed or determined. Like, your external environment does not determine what's going on. It doesn't determine the answers here. And that's big for you because you're an earth sign, and that's earth energy. Things we can see, feel, and touch. A physical reality. But it's almost like, I think with you guys, it's like considered, because he's that elderly gentleman here. He's lived his life. He's trying to, the meaning of life. That's what he's trying to understand here. What's the meaning of your life? Up until this point, of course. Doesn't matter if you're 20 or 80, whatever. It's that sense of, I think something has changed here. Something has changed, a big time change. And this feels like a pause for reflection of, whoa, okay, am I going to do this? Do I really love this person? Do I really have this dream? Do I really want that career? Whatever. Am I really going to take that action? Am I really ready to be seen in that way? To step up and be in the spotlight? Because she's seen. That's her thing. The King of Wands and the Queen of Wands. They're very attractive as well. Very attractive. So maybe some of you are getting attention now that you didn't know. Oh, I don't know if I was ready for that. That kind of thing. And there's that sense to retreat. Or you've encountered someone else, but I don't really get. When I see the Queen of, any of the court cards that come out underlying, I will read it for the person that's you, right? The person or the people that I'm reading for. But it's general, so it can go both ways. If someone's very central to your story, yes. This could be someone else. But it's got that sense of, with the Hermit, and with the two queens here, this almost reminds me of Temperance, and Temperance has been coming up quite a bit, of finding that balance between emotion and intuition with action and passion. They must be blended together to get the best experience out of this. And, why is the Hermit there? The Hermit is about finding your power within a situation. Guys, you've got this. Like, I swear, when you get her, the Queen of Wands coming up there, and you got the Magician is telling you, hello, it's the confidence. That's what's lacking. And it's stage fright. It feels like stage fright to me. And it's the confidence to use what you know and the tools that you have to get what you want. Yeah, it's all well and good with having the star there, which is the hope that comes from a new beginning. But now it's about creating that new beginning. That's what the Magician does. He has all the aces, not in this deck, but he usually has. And that's why he has an owl there, the wisdom, right? He has that wisdom. And you have the knowledge on how to do this. But you're kind of second guessing yourself. You're kind of questioning yourself. Can I do this, really? You can. Confidence is the thing here. Confidence. And what does the Magician say? As above, so below. As within, so without. That's why it's so crucial that we're looking within here with the Hermit. Because those of you, if you're... Alright, so this can go a number of ways. Some of you are looking at your situation and you're looking and saying, well, I can't do it because of that. I can't do it because of that. That person's this. What if that happens? And it's like, stop for a moment. That's the lower vibration of this energy. The higher vibration of this energy is, okay, I've got some fears coming up. Are they valid, or do I actually do I have power to affect change in this situation? She would say yes. Well then, okay, so then why am I not doing it? Okay, yeah, I see it. I'm a bit afraid. I don't have the confidence to use what I know and the tools that I have. But then look at what happens. So what do you do instead then? Remember I said if you can't do big changes right now, go for small ones. You got the Knight of Coins coming up, Knight of Pentacles. One step at a time. One step at a time. And, we talk about her in a greater sense, but her darker energy is that she wants, like, immediate gratification. Instant gratification. I want it now. And it doesn't work that way. It's kind of finding a balance between being in the moment and passionate about what you're doing and creating, but then also being able to stick it out for the long haul, because that's what the Knight of Coins, Knight of Pentacles is very good at. All of the earth people, that, Taurus. That's you guys as well. You're good for it. Once you're in, you're committed. You're in. In for a penny, in for a pound. I'm going to see this through to the end. I'm reliable. I'm dependable. I'm going to show up. So that's the lesson that he has to teach her, is that, look, stay in the moment, work on it, but we're going to stick this out. We're going to show up day in, day out. You're going to have to find something to get passionate about every day. Right? That's what he has for her. Her lesson to him is, we don't need a perfect plan. As long as we know what the next step is, as long as we know what, where we're going, we can do that. I mean, because he's the type that if he sees a hill in the distance, he's going to be, well, I can't move. And you're like, well, why? Why can't you move? And he's like, well, there's a hill there. Yeah, and you can climb over the hill. Yeah, but I don't know what's on the other side of the hill. Until someone comes back and tells me, I'll wait for someone to come. Let them tell me what's on the other side of the hill, then I'll go. But he probably wastes more time doing that. Do you see what I mean? If he just waits there, what if no one comes? Whereas he could probably climb up the hill, see what's on the other side, and then decide, oh, I'll go somewhere else. So they're perfect when they work together. Because she brings that passion and confidence and get it done energy. And he's going to be, well, one step at a time. We're going to do this one step at a time. Being true to your heart and your passion in whatever it is that you're achieving here. It's going to change. That's because the plan will change. So if you're looking for a bigger, and that's something I say about him as well. As long as you know what steps 1 and 2 are, great. You don't need to know 3, 4. Maybe have a rough idea, pencil it in. But when you get there, you might think, oh, I'll go in a different direction. This is about transforming. The kind of work that you do is transforming. The way you commit to something is transforming. There's a whole new Taurus. We know that anyway. I've been talking to so many of you. I have so many Taurus clients, and you guys are changing. You're transforming. And it's bizarre to see Taurus transforming like that because you guys aren't known for change. You bring that stability, not in a bad way, but that's one of your gifts, to bring stability to a situation. And yet to see that kind of metamorphosis and right in front of you when a Taurus is changing. And that's what's kind of happening. It's happening more here. And it's more about your plans change, your path changes, you leave behind certain things. Because I don't think it has meaning for you anymore. It's very kind of blinkers on. I'm going to go in my direction, following my star, right? Following my star. Now you have the Page of Wands here. So that's the advice. The advice is please have fun. That's the Queen of Wands. The Page of Wands is not, he's the least serious. He's the least serious court card that you can get because it's about fun. It's about excitement. It's enthusiasm. It's the creative energy. He's the muse. I would see him as the muse, right? And that's the difference here, is that where before you may have done the shoulds to achieve this big dream, it's not about, and I say this all the time, it's not, because it's one of my lessons. I have a Taurus South Node. And so that's how I know this. One of our lessons with that Taurus energy is this: to work smarter, not harder. To put up with less, I need to be the strong bull and shoulder this and put up with this and do more of the things that we love, that inspire us, that motivate us to look up at the stars and to marvel at that beauty. And it's new, and I get it, it's frightening. It's transformative, it's amazingly new, it's different, it's totally different. And that transformation continues. But this is a slower pace. So if you've had fast-paced change or whatever's been going on internally with you, once you start doing this, it's okay. It'll be more manageable with the Knight of Pentacles and Death. Because even Death is not the Tower. It's not sudden. It's slow moving. It's slow shifting. And this is also when you can start bringing in new things, That might be Scorpio season for you, right?